The week of video game news. So to get right into it, we got a little bit to cover, and coming in hot with Magic is now going after people trying to put them in jail with the Pinkertons. It's hilarious. If you don't know, the Pinkertons are a very old, yeah, what are they, like, mercenary group? I guess you could, detective agency right here, Pinkerton detectives. But if you've ever played Red Dead Redemption, that probably sounds familiar. But yeah, they're a real thing. And Magic apparently, what is it? Didn't hand over Wizard of the Coast trading cards. What did he have, like, legal cards? Said in a YouTube video that he had purchased not yet released March of the Machine Aftermath booster boxes on Friday from a local dealer while thinking they were part of the recently released March of the Machine set. So he bought some unreleased cards off the black market, it sounds like. But yeah, Pinkerton and Wizard pretty much went in there and threatened 1 to 10 years in jail and up to 200,000 in fines. Jesus. Damn, if I was him, I'd just cooperate and hand over those cards as soon as possible. But yeah, it might be going a little bit too far. I mean, I can't speak as a, like, any party, I don't know this guy or anything like that. So I don't know, but it sounds to me like someone else should be responsible. At least according to what Dan is saying, that he bought it from someone else. But of course, that's probably what he would say if he was caught with illegal cards. But I don't know. This popped up yesterday. It's pretty funny in a third-party sense if you're watching from the outside in. But yeah, as a risk management and security company, but the organization has had a sordid role in American history. Yep. As strike breakers and union busters, they're no longer shooting steel mill workers or infiltrating railroad strikes, but the recent history is no less anti-labor. Very interesting, with a lot of moving pieces. Pinkerton, Magic the Gathering. I think isn't that Wizards of the Coast that owns and runs there? Or is that its own thing? I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's kind of a scary situation for Dan to be in, and we'll see. We'll keep up with this going forward to see if Dan has actually, how do I put it, like, illegally acquired these cards, or if he is just a victim of buying something that he wasn't fully aware of what he was buying. Buyer's remorse, essentially. But yeah, that's probably gonna be something we hear about going forward, since this is now looks like it's going to become a huge suit against Dan and his channel, from what it sounds like. Moving on as soon as it will let me. There we go. Microsoft again is having more trouble with their acquisition of Activision and Blizzard. So now the UK is blocking it on sites that it is going to cause a problem with cloud gaming, that they would have a monopoly on cloud gaming. I think that the merger would result in the most powerful operator in the fast developing market for cloud gaming, with a current market share of 60 to 70%. Acquiring a portfolio of world-leading games with the incentive to withhold those games from competitors. That's bullshit. They've already said that they would put Call of Duty on every console. They've even said they were going to put it on the Switch. So this, again, seems like somebody on Sony's side making a bigger deal out of it than it really is. But at the same time, to play devil's advocate a little bit here, I can kind of see where they're coming from. I think as of right now, Microsoft does have the best cloud gaming service, with Game Pass being able to stream games instantly without having to download them. So maybe they're onto something here. CMA seemed unswayed by the overturn, however, calling Microsoft proposed remedies too limited in scope. The news was more harsh. CMA's contradictions the ambitions of the UK to become an attractive country to build technological businesses. We will work aggressively with Microsoft to reverse this on appeal. The report's conclusions are a disservice to the UK citizens. Yeah, it's just so weird, because 1 minute this is going through and I'm hearing, we're getting a bunch of Call of Duties dropped onto Game Pass. We're getting all the Crash and the Spyro remasters dropped onto Game Pass, and then a few days later, something happens. Someone in UK or somewhere blocks it from going through. So again, as of right now, yeah, the Microsoft Activision deal is blocked again. So it's just something we're going to have to keep up on more going forward. So we're going to hear more about this going forward after what, like a year of dragging this out, going on 2 years maybe. Yeah, it's still not over. It is still not over. The drama continues. But to get into some new, what is going on with my computer? Time to upgrade. To get into some new video games, God damn it, go away. Get into new video games. Funko Pop is again releasing another uh pop culture madness game. So they had the Gears of War Funko Pop game, which was not that great and kind of boring. Ooh, they got a Chucky one in here. Is this some screenshots before we view the trailer? Who the fuck I don't know who any of those are. Yep, don't know. You got Jurassic World in here. He-Man, nice. So at least this one, Back to the Future, at least this one is a collection of Funko Pop stuff, not just Gears of War in one license or one IP. It looks like it's going to be whatever they have for the most part. You got Frankenstein. Can we zoom in on this? No. Damn it, nope. Funko Fusion. Trying to make out the names. Allison. Looks like some kind of rare one. Shaun from Shaun of the Dead. Wow, that's pretty cool. He-Man, we already saw. I have no idea who some of those bottom ones are. All right, let's look at the trailer. Let's just watch the trailer. Since cut out some of the, well, it actually sounds like a song, so maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, I probably shouldn't play if it's a song. Oh. Number 5, the Umbrella Academy. I've never watched that. That's why I didn't recognize it. So are those going to be like their microtransactions? Popping Funkos? They have weapons? I'm not the biggest Funko Pop fan. I got one from Midnight Suns, but that was it. That's it. The only other one I ever had, I gave to my sister because it was Game of Thrones, and she's a bigger fan of that stuff than me. So is that all the Umbrella Academy then? Battlestar Galactica? Oh shit. Fuck. The Thing. Blank in there for a second. So are you just playing through a bunch of, okay, here we go. Yeah, there's Battlestar Galactica. Cool. So is it just like a, was it multiplayer game? Is there, what? It's clearly some kind of action game where you get to, yeah, so many questions. Never heard of 1010 games. So that, no, I wonder if they have Marvel in there. I wonder if they were able to get the rights to any Marvel stuff for that. Then when it's come out, Funko Fusion coming soon. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a Funko game. It's cool to see they have a bunch of different properties from a bunch of different things in here. I'm real curious to see The Thing, Child's Play 2, Master of the Universe, Shaun of the Dead, Future, Back to the Future, Jurassic World. Is there any chance of any Marvel things coming in here? Any of the anime, Dragon Ball Z, My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, Funko Pops being in here maybe later on? Because I have a feeling that's a little bit harder to acquire than everything else. So probably not. But yeah, I'm just curious as to, do you play in their own like Battlestar Galactica? Will you just be in a Battlestar Galactica universe and then an Umbrella Academy universe, or can you mix and match these things? Will that be possible too throughout the story? Is there a campaign? Funko Pop, it's a little weird because it's not its own unique thing. It's a bunch of different things, so it's a bunch of different possibilities you could do in terms of a campaign or multiplayer type stuff. But yeah, I guess we'll keep up with this as it goes forward and hopefully get a release date soon and see more of it real soon with all the conventions and whatnot coming up. Nintendo is officially returning to Gamescom this year after being absent since 2019. So more Nintendo stuff coming up, I guess, is what we can take from this. I think they already had their Nintendo Direct this year. There's probably another one, of course, but I guess on top of that, we will see them at Gamescom with some more stuff that Nintendo will be exhibiting at Gamescom 2023. Will follow in the coming weeks. Stay tuned. It's currently unclear what Nintendo presents presence at the event will consist of. Probably more Tears of the Kingdom, Pikmin 4. Wow, that'd be cool. Yeah, last attended in 2019. Been doing Gamescom ever since. Said fuck E3 and decided to go to Gamescom instead. So yeah, again, I think that's just a little bit more proof that E3 is not the powerhouse it used to be, and there are other places these companies can go and represent themselves at. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to watch Gamescom this year. Hopefully this new fucking job won't screw this up for me like it's screwing up everything else in my life. But yep, Gamescom, Nintendo happening. Dead Island 2 has topped 1 million sales in just 3 days, which is a little wild. I haven't purchased it yet. I watched some stuff when it came out and I wasn't too thrilled with what I saw after 15 years of development supposedly to see the same execution animation over and over and over again in like a 10-minute period was really exhausting and really didn't impressed me. And the fact that the drop kick is still like one of the best um how do you put it, like just melee abilities, I guess to say. This just seems really weird that you had all this time and could have done more with it. I'm just kind of disappointed in everything I've seen outside of general graphics and some of the physics and like uh what is it, deterioration on the body and skin. Other than that, I just didn't feel like it was worth $70. But apparently, a lot of people did. 1 million sales, 3 days. So a lot of people went out and bought it, but I still haven't heard the best things about it. So I don't know. It's kind of a 50-50 situation. It's out. It's not the worst looking thing, but in my opinion, it should be so much better and have so much more in it. I'm tired of games reusing the same animation for 30 hours of gameplay. Stop doing that. Come up with more. 1.1 billion zombies since the title's release. Wait, what is this? It said the players have had logged 11 million hours of playtime, died 28 million times. Oh, is that the old one? Yeah, I don't give a shit about the old one. Really nothing here outside of that it sold 11 or 1 million sales in 3 days. So good job to Deep Silver and all of them. But I don't know if that's necessarily a win. I'm sure, go look at more into the reviews and see what you make of that. And more kind of disappointing news from good companies. AI video game from Square Enix gets utterly destroyed by reviews. Is this the one we no? Is this some kind of serial? I think I remember seeing something. Square Enix apparently wants to be at the forefront of technology when it comes to video games and profit generation, as it just launched an AI video game that got utterly destroyed by reviews. It would seem that the company has no problems embarrassing itself. Yep, Marvel's Avengers not getting away from that anytime soon. Square. What was the game? But just because nobody wants the game doesn't mean the game won't. Reboot the Protopia serial murder video game from Okay, so Protopia. So Protopia has bombed horribly. But what is the actually a re-release 19? Okay, there it goes. This adventure game totally sucks for all the reasons disclosed below. Serial murder case is anything but a bad game. It's a text-based adventure game released on NEC PC 6001. What? It's only ports to Nintendo Famicom. I assume that was some kind of fucking early PC. It was actually a very well received game for its great storyline, surprising twist ending, and variety of choices that led to the game's ending, all of which were praised by the legendary Hideo. Oh, that's why Hideo's in here. I was about to say, don't tie him into this. However, what's notable about this particular re-release of the game is the fact that Square Enix is using it to test out AI technology for use in video games, according to gamer reviews. So it's not that it's run by an AI; it's the fact that they're using it. Um, yeah, they're using AI technology for use in video games. That's what it is. Okay. Use the AI to generate in-game art like it was the case with High Life or in-game text and a variety of choices as per our previous discussion and is being used to create the greatest choose your own adventure video games. However, that's not the case here. Actually tried implementing AI tech into the video game to make the gameplay easier when in fact they made things worse, which leads to the review bombarding of an AI video game. Adventures were a mess to program and play. For example, your answer to a particular puzzle has to be exactly the same as the developer has intended. Otherwise, you're stuck. Yeah, if I remember those. Because the game's used to recognize the exact sequence of letters and words. An answer, old text based games couldn't understand context, which is something Square Enix hoped an AI implementation could help with by relying on natural language processing to try and link the player's input to the correct or desired answer. They wanted to teach the video game context. Into the serial murder case video game failed epically, mostly due to bad implementation alone. Not only does it not understand context, but it's also bad at discerning any commands at all, and some of the inputs are now even more frustrating than a 1983 original. Jeez. Even commented that Square Enix attempted another modern tech fad is an insult to game with a vast and important legacy, and we tend to agree. Yep, NFTs, every little new thing that comes along that Square Enix tries to implement in video games. Yeah, Square Enix is just fucking up across the board. So they tried to implement AI into video game, and it's not learning what it should, and it doesn't understand context like it should. So surprising we're not there yet with that technology. Yep. Probably won't be there for a while either. Anyways, popular military game Call of Duty is getting a tabletop debut in 2024, so next year. This is a little interesting. I'm quite curious as to how. Oh, wow, they even have a trailer for it already. Cool. We'll check that out in just a second. I'm interested to see how this is going to work since, it's Call of Duty. How the fuck are you going to 360 no scope somebody in Call of Duty in a board game? I mean, in a Call of Duty board game, or get a nuke, or I don't know, do all that stupid shit that these kids like to do. But let's check out the trailer. No audio, really, so turn that up, and I didn't really miss much. Yeah, so one of the hero characters, whatever, from this past Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2. There's Ghost. Yep, that explains nothing. Not a goddamn thing. I'll say it's coming soon. Can't Wonders, I don't know anything about. I'm not a big board game fan, so I don't know if they're a big company or not. So I don't know, but it's happening. There's a Call of Duty board game coming. Play the game and have competed against professional gamers in a call. No, that says nothing. Also, we'll mirror some of the maps of towns, buildings, and combats environments from the video series. Do they mean video game series? Game will be a series of products within the same game system, starting with the initial core set. And then you can probably buy more over time. From there, additional products will add new features to the game, such as new operators, weapons, maps, and even new modes of play over time. Wow, so fuck me. They're just trying to DLC the shit out of this right away and let you know that, there's going to be season passes for the board game coming out too. So be prepared to spend like $60 on the base set we just watched in here in this video, and then every 6 months you're going to be buying another $20 fucking set to make sure you have the up-to-date stuff. I don't know. It's always weird when video games get turned into board games. Sometimes it works out real well and it makes sense, like Street Fighter and Angry Joe's fucking Street Fighter board game. That makes a little bit more sense. But Call of Duty, it's just going to be a little bit more interesting to see how they've worked this out and how it's going to look. project of the scope just wouldn't be possible for us without sacrifice to the final product that okay, I have no idea what you're talking about there. Kane Wonders defended the campaign and saying that board game companies are much smaller than video game makers. True. I mean, obviously, you don't need as many people to make a board game as you do a video game, so I don't know what that proves. It was a Kickstarter campaign designed by Arcane Wonders, which has worked on popular games such as Mage Wars, Shares of Nottingham, and Spoils of War. Never heard or played any of those, but okay, cool. Again, all we can do is wait and see. We'll keep up on it. We got, about a year left till maybe it comes out. So hopefully we'll see the whole board, the first map, in some kind of video explaining how the hell you play this. Because, I mean, if it's cool and fun, maybe I'll get into it. Maybe check it out. I got two brothers that like Call of Duty, so there's two other players right there. And then my mod, Royal Child. So, that's a whole 4-person team of whatever the hell this shit is, and we can figure it out. Maybe it'll be fun. But, yep, keep an eye out for that. Maybe go to Kickstarter and check it out there and let me know what you find. One last thing. Classic Jurassic Park video game getting a re-release. So, I haven't seen which one this is, but I'm real interested. Is it the... Oh, shit, it is the originals. Your Buzz, the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary retro. Oh, that's so cool. I want one. What is it for? Movie. Yep, that's what it was. This time it's unclear. This will include re-release games for the original console, or is the game arrive on damn, we don't know yet. Fuck, please bring it to the Xbox or PC. Yeah, I like this game, kind of. It was a pain in the ass, but it was back in the days when they intentionally did that shit to make you rent it more than once. But yeah, I love this fucking game. The Sega Genesis one, the Super Nintendo one I used to play at my cousin's house all the fucking time. Was it the Sega? Yeah, didn't Sega Genesis have one? I swear I had the Sega Genesis one, and I remember playing the Super Nintendo one at my cousin's house all the time. That one was a pain in the fucking ass. Both of them were, but I was a big Jurassic Park fan as a kid. Interestingly enough, the image does not contain the Sega Genesis or Game Gear version. Those games were published by Sega as opposed to Ocean Software, which handled the Nintendo versions. Might prevent limited run games from re-releasing those games, but there's really no way of knowing for sure. So this must be, when did this... April 25th, so yesterday. This was just yesterday this got announced. So hopefully, Sega can stop being dickbags and let them redo the Sega Genesis version, because that's the one I really want to play. But I'll play the Game Boy ones and the SNES one as well. That'd be cool. I'll play all of them, hell. But yeah, real cool to see that they're bringing a classic back. So cool. Video game preservation, very important nowadays to keep this stuff alive and going for the kids that need to remember what us old people grew up on back in the day. So yeah. So that is going to be it for video game news this week. If you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, like, leave me a comment, do all that good stuff to help me out in the algorithm. Don't forget, these are recorded live on the Twitch channel, so come over and check that out. Also, leave me a comment, let me know what you'd like to see for Patreon content. I got a few long-form videos from Twitch I could put on Patreon. Obviously, we can start putting names at the end of videos, start shouting people out. It's always an option, but go check out the Patreon as well. Links will be in the description as well, and yeah, have a good one.